I'm coming.
I want the world to know. Kinda let it show. Shane and friends.
Wow. That was good.
Thanks. You know, I'm just taking my cues from you, Shane. That's all.
You can sing.
Sometimes.
Hey guys, guess what? We are still alive after that Farrah Abraham episode. I feel like we need to, well, first of all, before we get into it, I just want to say today's a packed show.
It really is. What do we have going on,
First
Shane?
of all, well, we're going to chat. Then we have Perez Hilton is calling in. Because, I mean, hello, I don't know. Because
why not?
We're worthy.
I mean, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I'm so excited. I'm going to ask him everything. I'm excited to ask him about just Lady Gaga and Amanda Bynes and his children. I'm very excited.
I want to congratulate him on calling out Kris Jenner.
Yeah, that was
for
pretty
not
good.
being there for the Bruce Jenner.
I also, even though I hate Kris Jenner, I also love that she literally just said, fuck you.
Right?
Which is pretty blunt.
I don't know, man.
She didn't really sugarcoat that. So we have that to talk about. We also have both of our moms coming in.
We do.
It's
Little
like
Mother's Day.
A Mother's Day special. We're going to talk to our moms, make them uncomfortable. It's going to be
right? I know. We can just talk to them and have them realize face to face just how great of a job they did. Like, great. It's opposite day.
Okay, so let's start talking about the big, thing that happened this week, which was we almost got killed by all the teen moms.
I mean,
first of all, the Farrah show was insane. Look, can we just talk about that for a minute?
First of all, can we recap? Yes, for a quick second. How did you feel about her?
Okay, you know what? Okay, first of all, I thought she looked good. I thought when I was surprised, I was like, oh, she looks good.
She looked good for 40. She was nice, though.
Second of all, I don't think she knew where she was. And also, she had no idea who we were.
Absolutely not. Even when she's like, I think I saw her tweet out something like, yeah, Farrah Abraham time. And then like #cult. And I was like, girl, you realize that segment's about talking shit about you every time. She don't know.
I don't think she even remembers meeting me. I think like I've done work with her before. I think she's just in a world of her own. And I kind of like that because she had no filter. She was saying the craziest things I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
At the end of the podcast, she started going on a trail about how she hated transgenders.
And
I decided
sex marriage, and I believe a dick and a penis and a vagina go together.
And I decided to just go over it.
Me too.
Because I was like, you know what? She's been fun. We want her back. We don't want to make everybody hate her.
Yeah, she could do that on her own.
On her own Twitter. Who's running her Twitter? Because she's not.
Obviously, she's not.
Is it the guy that came with her?
I mean,
a guy
the housewife loving guy?
Yes, a guy came with her. Her manager, I don't know, publicist, I don't know.
Eye candy.
Her friend, I don't know. He was here. He was sitting behind me, by the way, the whole time.
Uber driver.
And hit Lyft driver, let's keep it real. And then every time I was like starting to delve into her sex tape, I would hear him behind me like,
And she never even looked at you. Barely.
She only
like
looked
I
at
feel
you.
like every time I looked up, she was just like
staring daggers at you.
Yes, like I felt it like in my soul, like it was being like taken out and like trying to be sucked out.
Interesting.
But you know what? I thought she was real. I thought she was cool. I thought she was nice.
I was excited.
I'm not trying to be her like best friend, but I was surprised. And I thought we were really nice. And I'm glad that we weren't really mean.
Okay. Well, speaking of great things that happened this week, I just want to say we also last week talked about the fact that we got kicked out of the Magic Castle because Jess was being loud, which I don't think she was.
I mean, I think I'm just naturally always loud, and I just think that the magicians couldn't handle it.
Well, let me tell you something. I got a direct message on Twitter from a magician that I was following, and he said, hey, first of all, I love the podcast, and I feel really bad that you guys got kicked out. Was it this guy? And sent me a picture of the guy.
No,
that was an
him,
asshole.
The one that was so mean to me?
No, he just knew who that was. So a nice magician sent me a picture of the mean one.
Like,
and was like,
this
is
the
this
guy?
the asshole guy? And I was like, yes. And he's like, oh, that guy's the fucking worst. And then he's like, anytime you guys want to come back, come on down to the castle.
Oh, solid. Let's go tomorrow.
Let's go.
It's a magical place. Let's go every day.
Let's get kicked out again.
Let's go. Well, we didn't get kicked out, you know. But
it was close.
It was close.
Okay. Before we get into everything, also, I just want to say I met Hillary Duff yesterday.
What?
And I have a lot to talk about.
Wait a second. Yeah, I saw this on your Twitter, and it was getting crazy, and I was like, what did you do? Because I know you've talked about this before, and if you ever meet her, you're going to fangirl, and you're going to get crazy, and you're not going to know what to say.
It didn't meet my expectations, because what I wanted to do was, gut her and wear her skin.
Right.
And I didn't do that, because I was too, polite.
Obviously. You forgot your knife at home.
Yeah. And then everything was crazy. So I get there. So first of all, it was the Grace Helbig show. She's a YouTuber. She has a talk show. Mm-hmm. And they were like, hey, we want you to come in and surprise Hillary.
Oh, Lord.
Which is like, what does that even mean? Like, Hillary's going to be like, hi, person, I have no idea who the fuck this is.
Like,
surprise. So I was like, okay, great. So, I'll walk in, I'll cry or something. That's what they wanted. Well, that segment got cut for some reason. And then, so Hillary just walks into the room and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what to do. So she went for a hug. I went for a handshake. And then I said, oops. So then I went for a hug and she went for a handshake. And then as she was smiling at me, I made a remark, something like, oh, you're doing that face that people do when they hate themselves or when they hate where they are. You know that face when people are smiling through the pain?
Like, I really don't want to be here.
That's what I do all the time.
Yeah.
So whenever I meet, this is going to sound really bad, but at VidCon, if it's been like 8 hours and I'm really tired and I'm trying to force a smile, and the kids are like, you look tired and just dead inside.
You're like, I am, bitch. Like, I've been here for 8 hours.
That's what Hillary was giving me. It was that very like,
oh, you don't give that face to Shane Dawson.
Well, no.
Hillary.
No, but I knew it. I was like, oh, that was a face. And then she laughed. I don't actually think she heard me. But then we talked and I made her laugh and I touched her too much and I was touching her every second. I made a lot of suicide jokes, like about how I want to kill myself, which is half true. There's truth in every joke. And then as I was like touching her and telling her my suicide joke, she was laughing and she was like, you're so dark. And I'm like, I know, I'm a rebel. And then we had like a good rapport. It was great. And then she left.
Okay.
I didn't get a picture with her because like they didn't let me.
What?
They took the picture. It was like a professional picture.
Now, did you prepare yourself at all for what you were going to say, knowing you're going to meet her?
Yes.
You were like, suicide's a good topic to talk about.
Yeah, she's dead inside too. The whole way over, in the car, I was like, I went through it in my head and I was like, I'm going to get there and I'm going to like start talking to her and she's going to be like, wow, you're like really funny. And I'm going to be like, oh, thanks. I don't even try. And then we're going to start talking about our lives and I'll be like, what's your son's name? And she's telling me her son's name. And then I'm going to be like, what are you doing after this? And I'm like, we should go get coffee and hang out. Like I planned the whole thing. And then in reality, what it was she got the fuck out of there the second she was done. And I was like, oh, Hillary, wait. We're supposed to be friends.
Oh.
So it was like sad.
But that's like your idol. I'm sorry that it turned out so morbid.
Well, Lisa was asking me when I was telling her about this and I was disappointed that me and Hillary Duff aren't friends now. And Lisa was like, I don't get it. What's the fascination? Why are you so...
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know. Like I liked Lizzie McGuire and there's just something about her where I've had dreams of me and her being friends. Dreams.
Friends?
Yeah.
Or more than friends.
It's not even like that. It really is friends. It's like I don't know why. I feel very connected to her. I feel like she's a really sad person, and so am I.
Then make that wish and make your dreams come true, boo, and you be friends, and don't give up on Hillary.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Keep being resilient. Hit her up. Say, hey, girl, felt it was a little weird. I think you have more to offer, and so do I. Let's do this. Let's get together. Bring your baby.
Bring the baby. Okay, so what was your week? What'd you do?
What was my week? My week was long, hell week. I was in productions and all that stuff, so just crazy busy, picking up pieces, painting, constructing, building, crazy kids, having panic attacks because his girlfriend convinced him if he touched another girl, he's going to lose it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
it was pretty intense. One of the characters in our play, his girlfriend told him that if he touches another girl or sits next to her or talks to another girl, she's going to break up with him, which has now put this child in a complete panic mode to where he had to exit the stage in the middle of a performance and throw up at that point. And so sad.
This is the perfect segue because that's my relationship with my mom.
Really?
Yeah, like when I was a kid, it's like, that girl you have a crush on, well, she's going to ruin your life. You better not leave me. And then I was like, I guess I won't then. I guess I'll be with you forever. So wow.
Really?
Yeah, and then I throw up.
Really? There you go. So that's why you have that bucket there for when your mom comes in later.
Every time.
Wow.
I just vomit everywhere.
Yeah, it was just intense. I've never dealt with that situation before. It was just so crazy to see how a child can get so wrap themselves up so much on this. And I would be up to him. I'd be like, but I was like, I straight up tried to life class him. I was like, you better shorten that leash that she got you on because you were ruining my show and I'm not having it.
Yeah.
And then he's like following her around. I was like, still following, huh?
Yeah.
It's just, and I had to tell her, I was like, you better tell your man that it's okay to touch other girls because I need him to in this scene.
How
and
old
she was
are
like,
these kids?
I will. They were in middle school.
Oh, okay. For some reason I pictured 5.
No, girl, you're right.
No, these are middle school.
And they were like being just,
Oh,
I mean,
they're
great kids and I love them and I love working with them, but it was just really weird to see it from like an adult perspective on like how wrapped up in it these kids can get. I'm like, yo, I just need you to step, touch, and clap, please.
Middle
Thank you.
school is hand jobs.
I don't know. I feel like middle school are doing a lot more these days than just hand jobs.
That's so scary. When I was in middle school, I didn't even know what I had.
But
I literally didn't. It wasn't even there.
No, I was definitely not like that either. I remember learning what a dildo was because my older brother told me, because when we first moved out to California in 8th grade, when I was in 8th grade, my brother and I kind of went on an adventure to like scope out the neighborhood. You know, we're from New York and all that. And we were using my dad's agent at the time's car. Her name is Ruth Webb. She was like 80. And I guess when people would like cut her off in her car or do something, she had a big middle finger dildo.
What?
Like that looked like a hand, and she would shake it at people. She's like an 80-year-old woman that would just be like, fuck you, but like with a big middle finger, like penis-looking thing. And I remember seeing it and be like, what is this? And my brother was like, ew, put that down. I was like, why? I thought it was just like a gag gift, like a from Spencer's gift, like a big old just hand with a finger. He's like, that's a dildo. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. And he told me what it was for and all that stuff. And I was just like, huh? But like, I was 13. I feel like 4-year-olds know what that is now.
When I first saw a dildo, my dog, it was under my mom's bed when my mom and dad were still together. And my dog ripped it up, brought it out in front of all the party guests. We were having a birthday party. And then I said, like, later in life, I was like, oh, Mom, I can't believe the dog ripped up your dildo. And then she literally said, it wasn't just mine.
What?
I was like, what?
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 Ooh,
and then she didn't
truth comes out at night. Truth comes out at night.
Didn't go into it, but maybe we'll talk about that more today.
Okay, you have that bucket around, right? In case you got to throw up.
Well, guys, we are about to have a call with Perez Hilton.
I'm so excited.
I'm really nervous. Wait, do I even have his phone number? What time is it? I'm going to take a quick pee break, and after I pee, when we come back, we're going to call him and just talk to him about everything juicy.
Sounds good.
And then it's going to get even juicier when our moms come in.
That's it. I might even have my mom come in a little early because I think she knows Perez too.
Oh, so perfect.
Maybe we can have her.
Here comes the juice.
Girl. That's it.
All right, you guys see you in a second.
Hello?
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 Hey, can you hear me?
Perez.
Hey, Perez, it's Shane.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
How's it going?
Hey, good. Thanks for doing the show.
Yeah, happy to. Now, you're recording this, or is it going to be live, or how does it work?
Yes, we're recording this right now. We have a really ghetto setup where my phone is on a music stand, and there's a microphone next to it. I have my co-host here, Jessie Botafuco. Jessie, say hi.
Hey, Perez. How you doing, baby?
Hello.
Hey. Okay, well, we have a lot to talk about. We don't have a lot of time, but first of all, I just want to say I follow your every move. And I saw your video that you posted recently of you shirtless talking about gaining a few pounds and wanting to get it off, and I strongly related.
Well, you know, I did that for many reasons, but one of which was really just to hold myself accountable.
Amen.
I figured that, you know, if I put this out there, then it'll be extra incentive to really follow through on it, because it's really scary and vulnerable to post shirtless videos or photos of yourself if you're not feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, no, that's brave, man. That is brave.
That's my go-to. I almost want my own nudes to leak just so it'll keep me on my diet. But I don't think that's
well, good. I mean, it's not easy, let me tell you. But the key for me really is it's all about healthy eating. Yeah. We can go off on a whole tangent on that.
No, I mean,
boring.
No, long story short, I lost 200.
I know.
I lost 200 pounds, so I totally relate to you. And I lost weight around
200 pounds.
200.
Yeah, 200, girl. And I lost it around the same time you were losing yours, so that's why I was kind of following your journey.
Oh wow.
And the one thing I wanted to tell you, because you know I look at your tweets and stuff. The one thing when I started gaining a little bit back that I was like, fuck, I thought was healthy but is frozen yogurt. And I saw that you like that shit too, but it is so secretly bad.
Well, frozen yogurt is like marijuana, right? It's like a gateway drug.
Oh.
Like it gets you in thinking it's healthy, and then it just sucks you with all the toppings, and then just destroys you. And then you start doing it every day, and it's just a vicious cycle of awfulness. And
then you start doing it instead of food. You're like, well, I don't have to have lunch because, you know, technically sprinkles, that's the same amount of calories as a chicken patty, so I can just throw some sprinkles on there. No, it's bad. Really quick, I know this is old news, but I'm so obsessed with her and fascinated by it and saddened by it. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Amanda Bynes. So I know it's old news, but I'm still there. I'm still thinking about it. We haven't heard from her in a while. Is she okay? You used to, like, know her, right? Like, you were, like, friends with her or something?
Well, we haven't heard much from her lately. Yes, I was friends with her, like real friends, not like fake friends. But we parted ways, and the fact that we haven't heard from her, I think, is a good thing, because that means she's laying low and hopefully in school and not getting into trouble and things like that. I mean, it's just a cautionary tale of, you know, I joke about this with my trainer all the time at the gym. It's like, you know what, I'm really glad I didn't peak young. You know, like, imagine going through your whole life feeling like you peaked when you were a teenager, or you peaked when you were even younger than a teenager, you know, like a lot of these child stars do. You know, thankfully I peaked in my 20s. Or maybe I haven't even peaked yet.
You still peaking. You on your way, baby.
Wait, so, okay, here's my main question with her. So, obviously, what happened with her was the same thing that happened with Britney Spears, which people don't talk about for some reason. But, you know, they did drugs. It triggered literally, like, schizophrenia and things in their brains, because that's what happens when you take drugs and you have those things in your brain. And then it fucked them up. But, like, when you were friends with her, did you see it coming? Was there, like, signs? Like, were you like, oh, there's something ticking, there's something wrong? Or was it a total surprise to everybody?
No, I didn't see it coming at all. I mean, she was super normal. I mean, we'd meet up and she'd give me, like, advice on dating and things like that. Like, she was really normal. I mean, that's what was so shocking about it. Wow. I mean, if you look at old interviews of her, I think you would say the same thing.
Yeah, no, I stay up all night, at least once a week, and I watch, like, interviews of her at 3 a.m., and, like, she was normal and put together and talking about just normal things, and then I just don't even, there's no life in her eyes. It's
Can't
really...
handle the weed. Can't handle the weed.
It had to be more than weed. I mean, I don't know. I don't understand drugs, but...
I wish her well. I send her good vibes.
Yeah.
No, she finally unblocked me on Twitter. She blocked me on Twitter because I said, I love you, please get help, and then she blocked me. She finally unblocked me, so I feel like...
Maybe she's the one who started all of this, transitioning and transgender hubbub with She's the Man.
True.
She started the movement.
True that.
I wonder if she's blocked me. I don't know. I should go actually
check it out.
Check right now. See Amanda Bynes' Twitter. No, I'm not blocked.
Oh, thank God. We're good. We're good.
But she has not tweeted in almost 2 months.
Oh no.
The last tweet was one of her drawings, which, you know, is what it is.
Wow, you remember.
Oh no, I'm there daily. Like, okay, where is she? What's she doing? If you're ever in LA or if we're ever in New York, we got to set up an in-person, because we have so much. I could literally talk about this shit all day. It's so good. Thank you for doing this.
My pleasure. Thanks for asking.
Of course. Well, everybody go follow Perez Hilton at Perez Hilton on all of his social medias. He named like 12 social medias. I hadn't even heard of 5 of them. There was like Trigger and Rager and all these things, but follow him there. And we'll see you guys
and
after.
Check out PerezHilton.com.
And PerezHilton.com. All right. Thanks, Perez.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
You too, bye. Well, there you guys go.
All right.
That was a good time. First of all, I feel like it's so hard because that was my first phone interview, really. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
So there was so much I wanted to ask about. I mean, the Lady Gaga feud, so many celebrities hate him. He has so much beef, which I totally relate to. We need him in person.
He's coming back on. I think he liked us.
So we could get real into it.
I think he liked us.
Guys, we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to have our moms.
Yes!
See you soon. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out today for our sponsor, which is Squarespace. They are awesome. They've been a sponsor of our show before, and they support us, so we should support them. They are the easiest and fastest way to create a beautiful website or blog or online store. Basically, any kind of a site you want to make, they can help you make it. It's so easy. They have templates, they have designs, you can drag and drop images. It's literally like making a website for idiots, and I'm an idiot, so I'm definitely going to use it. If you go to squarespace.com, you can get a trial with no credit card required. You don't even need a credit card. You can build a website just by going to squarespace.com. If you use the offer code Shane, you get 10% off of your first purchase. And that's a great way to show your support of our show and your support of Squarespace. If we keep supporting them, they'll keep supporting us, which keeps the show free for you guys. So please go to squarespace.com. And if you don't understand, if you're confused, don't worry. They have 24/7 support via live chat and email. You can ask any question you want. Nothing too personal. I mean, come on, they're not therapists. And they'll give you all the answers you need. It's only $8 a month. You get a free domain name if you sign up for a year. And it's really awesome. And if you want, maybe make a website. I'm just talking about this earlier. I think we should have a website for the show. So maybe if you want, make like a Shane and Friends fan site. Go get a free trial, make the Shane and Friends fan site, and send me a tweet with hashtag Shane Squarespace and show us the fan site. And then maybe we'll make it our official website. I don't know. That might be fun. All right, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. And we're back with our mom.
Hey, Mommy.
Hi,
Hello.
Okay, this is terrifying.
This is epic. I drastically saw a change in Shane when your mom came in, to be honest. Teresa, I don't know what you've been doing to him, girl, but no, I'm kidding.
Well, let's first of all talk about how my mom started crying. So, so Mom, so tell us why you started crying.
To be in the presence of Mary Jo Buttafuoco. Oh my God!
If you heard a thump, that was Mary Jo's head hitting the microphone. She just head mic'd herself. Now, mom, you're a big fan of any woman with strength. You love Oprah. You love Tyra. Now you love Mary Jo.
Oh, love Mary Jo.
Now,
thanks, Teresa. You should know me. I ain't as strong as you think I am. No, I try.
Now, Mary Jo, you. How are you feeling about your daughter being on this podcast? What are your thoughts on this? Do you know what a podcast is?
I had no fucking idea what a podcast was. I swear to God. I mean, she's told me she's done it. I know of you. I know Lisa. She said she did it. I checked it out a couple of times. I said, I'm too old for this.
Yeah, she's like, I tried to listen for 5 minutes and I can't.
I get the demographics. I get it. I get it's 13 to 15-year-old. I get it. So it's like I've been on that ship. It has sailed across the ocean blue. Okay. But it's awesome. Listen, Jess loves to entertain, perform, speak, dance, everything, and I always encourage her to explore this stuff. So I'm all for it.
I love it, Mom.
It's because she didn't get to do it in her childhood.
That's right. We only had radio, AM dials. Remember little AM dials? FM came into our lives as teenagers.
Yeah.
What were you doing as a teenager? What was your thing?
I was with Jessica's father.
Smoking weed.
Mom, is that what you were doing as a teenager?
I should have been.
What were you doing, Mom?
I got married young.
Yeah, right.
How old were you when you got married?
I met my ex. I was 17, and I graduated in June, and I married in July.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So life.
That's what we did.
It was different back then.
We married our high school sweethearts, and they fucked us up.
Amen.
Oh my God, this is gonna be good. Now wait, what? Okay, now the demographic, as you guys said, is teenagers. So let's relate to the teenagers. Let's go through a typical Friday night when you were 16 years old. Okay, Mom, let's start with you. What were you doing?
I actually already got a job. Yeah, so I was working.
Okay, but that's
what
boring.
were you working
at?
What
were you doing?
I was stripping. Come on, give me the details.
The streets.
No, there was this fancy store in Lakewood Center called Bullock's. Mary Jo, did you ever?
I've heard of Bullock's.
Yes.
Doesn't that mean balls?
I think like bullshit.
Bullock's. That was the company.
And I got a job. So after school, I'd head to work. Yeah.
Wait, I thought you said when you were in high school, you were like you took like weird porn pictures and all the guys put it up in the locker room?
Oh, I only have one cool story.
Ooh, Teresa, though.
I only have one cool story. And a friend of mine was in photography, and she wanted to take a picture.
Cover your ears, Shane.
No, of my butt. And I had my jeans
very
on.
avant-garde.
Yeah. And she put like a carnation in my jean pocket.
Oh, I thought you meant in
the
your
crack.
butt.
And then she made me raise up my sweater so you could sort of see my back.
The tramp stamp.
Yeah, and I just thought, okay. And
it was the 60s, man.
And the next thing I know, it was in the boys' locker room and creating some buzz. So that was my big moment.
Buzz for buzz.
I like it.
That was my big moment.
Good
yeah.
for you.
Wow. All right. Well, now, Mary Jo, you have a lot to live up to. What were you doing?
You win.
What was a typical Friday for you?
Honestly, like Teresa, back then, you
Praying.
didn't have any. You didn't have any of this stuff. That was Sunday. No, get your facts straight. Working. I was the oldest of 5 girls, Irish Catholic family.
Yeah, Catholic.
Forever and ever.
Destroyed. And it was you maybe went to a movie because you didn't have the internet or video.
No.
You went out to a movie, or you worked. I worked at Pathmark on Long Island. I was a cashier. Back in the day, we had to go tick, 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 ka-ching, and you had to count the money and hand them and nothing.
Yeah.
You had to
She always
learn.
says, everyone always waited in my line because I was the best.
I was quick. I could, and none of this boop, boop, but it was like, tick, 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 ka-ching, you know, I mean, that was it. But I was real good with the numbers.
Yeah.
But that's what you did. You worked, or you went to a movie, or you went to a dance. You went to, I came of age, well, no, high school, I was going to say, I graduated in 74, so disco didn't come around until 76, which was that was the best. When disco came out, I loved it. I mean, then you'd go to the clubs, but I was older. So it was really a very quiet, suburban work. Go to school, you stayed home, you with your mom and dad, you watched TV. Everybody had one TV. Maybe if you were lucky enough, you bought your own television, your own black and white for your bedroom so you could watch. You didn't have to watch Ed Sullivan or, so I could watch the Monkees or whatever else was on back in those days.
Wow.
A very, very simple life. Very simple.
I don't know about you, Mary Jo, but I was raised in a Catholic home, and I don't know how my mom knew everything, so I don't know how much you could get away from. I'd go out with a boyfriend, and you'd find a place to go make out or something, and I'd walk in the front door, and she'd be like, now, don't let me catch you behind the tree over at a certain part making out. And I'm like, how did she know that?
Because that was her working
That's what she
spot.
did.
Yeah.
That's what she did. That's the thing.
It's
they were
like,
so
what?
about, don't do that. Don't have sex here. Don't have. Why are you obsessed with that? And now I realize now, 100 years later, like, that's because it was on their minds all the time.
Wait a minute. That was always my big thing with my mom, because her whole thing was like, oh, no sex and no sex, no sex. And then I was like, wait, but you were with Dad. You got married at 17.
That's why we.
And then you had. I've seen so many pictures of you with all these boys who looked like they were on crack. I'm like, what was happening? You were like your butt was in the locker room. I'm like, wait a minute. This doesn't make any sense. And that was what, the 80s, 70s? I'm bad with math.
Oh, well.
I don't know. That was what, the 70s or something?
I was 70s, yeah.
Oh, wow. There was a lot going on. You never did drugs?
No.
Never?
Prescription.
I think I was scared, because I had a brother that literally the cops broke down our front door to get him. And I mean, major drama.
you.
So all I know is
I had that happen with my daddy.
yeah. I just
feel you, girl.
More than once.
Ooh.
I just figured if I did one thing, suddenly cops would appear on the sky and knock me to the ground. I don't know.
I'm just not going to touch that.
Well, let's talk about when you had us. So Mary Jo, when did you have Jess? And what was the worst thing she ever did as a kid?
Ooh, just like that.
Jessica was born on March 29th, 1983.
Weighing in at
7 pounds, 8 ounces.
That's it.
Wow, that's small.
Skinny.
Svelte.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
And back in those days, you didn't know what you had. I had a boy already. I had a son, and I wanted another boy. Because I came from a house of five girls. I hated girls, sisters. I wanted boys. So my first one was a boy. I was so thrilled. So when I got pregnant with her, I wanted another boy. I am so glad that.
Well, what did you tell the doctor when I came out? When he said, it's a girl.
I went, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't want me.
No, it just was like, all right.
That's the same thing that happened. Okay, we're the same person, I think, Jess, because the same thing happened. My mom always wanted a girl.
So the opposite, right?
You even bought girl shit or something for me. And then when I came out, you were probably just like, oh. But then,
No.
okay, so what was the worst thing she ever did? Was she a hard child?
No. She was an angel. She was so much fun. It was delightful. She was everything that I wanted to be growing up. But growing up in that era, not a lot of money. There's a lot of girls in the house. And if one of them's going to get dance, then we all have to get dance. And so nobody got dance because they didn't have the money. Hardworking, low, middle class. But back then, middle class was
Poor.
Yeah.
you had one car, one TV. I mean, it just was a different time.
Yes.
And she came along and just loved. She was dancing in my womb. She and I could do that was the cool thing. I didn't realize I really love having a girl. I just thought in my head, I've had sisters all my life. I'm girled out. I like boys.
Yeah.
But having her was different. Now she wasn't my sister. She was my child. But she loved to sing and dance, and she was out there, and she was ta-da, here I am. and it was fun. And she was really an easy kid. I honestly, both of them.
And to be honest, just growing up, because you got shot when I was 9 years old, and I knew you were going through a whole lot of things. So ever since at least I'm 9 years old, I've always been, I'm fine. I'm perfect. Don't worry about me. You worry about you, because she had a million things going on. So I always lived that perfection life.
It was hard for them. But he's saying like when you were a little girl, there was no discipline problems, and when she was older, you were trying so hard to not make any problems, which now is coming out in other ways. It always does.
Yeah, maybe I talked too much. Or I just never shut up or told jokes a million times.
No, I think, okay, we are the same person even more so, because, so around
when
9 is
to
when.
Become one.
So so when you were 9 is when the thing happened, which we'll get to.
Right.
And that you kind of focus all your attention on just making sure your mom was okay. That's when my dad left, was when I was 9. So then I did the same thing. So I was just like, Mom, everything's fine. I was just like really like attentive and quiet and whatever. And then now I'm a mess.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it is because you're trying to put this perfect, be perfect. I don't want to cause any trouble, because you see our parents going through so much shit and hurting, and you don't want to add to that. Yeah. So you lessen your problems and you lessen who you are as a person, and you repress that. And now that I'm old, and it's like I'm still doing all those coping mechanisms, but they're not helping me they're not doing any favors. Yeah. So now I want to be real, but it's like breaking down the walls and the barriers and self-awareness, and just like, why do I do this? Oh, it's because I was protecting myself as a child, and I'm just so used to doing that it's hard to break. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to open up my heart.
Now, we don't have to go too far into it. We just kind of have to always recap for the audience, because they're young. So let's talk about what happened, and just keep it bullet points. Ooh.
Oh, hey, yo. Another head bump, Mike. Another head bump.
Very unintentional. Yikes.
Do you want to tell the story, Mom? Or
yeah.
do you want me to tell the story?
You tell the story.
All right. I guess, basically, my dad, her ex-husband, cheated on her with a teenager. She got obsessed, wanted to be my mother, stalked her for a while, sold some candy at our house a couple times, tried to pull a bullet through the window the first time, didn't make it, came back a couple times.
We had a bullet come through, so the house was shot at. And
Oh my God.
6 months before.
Jeez.
She tried to hire a couple of people to do it, and then finally she just did it herself and came up to our front door, rang her doorbell, and tried to tell her that Dad was cheating on her with her little sister, and this one just sassed her. Your little sister? How old are you? And then threw her off, was asking her a whole bunch of questions, like, where do you live? And could tell that she was lying and all that shit. And she goes, all right, thanks for coming by. I'll call Joey or whatever. And she goes to turn around, and Amy Fisher pulled out a gun from her pocket and just shot her point blank in the face.
I turned sideways. Got it right here.
And you survived.
Right there in the ear.
And let's get to the most important part. You met Oprah.
The
reason
we'll go right from the shooting to Oprah.
Yeah.
The reason all of it. I mean, okay.
We met her. Well, we were on it twice, right? And then the Where Are They Now? But
yes, three.
Okay, tell me everything. So tell me about the day you met Oprah. So you walk in.
It was this one. I'm going to make a real long story short.
Okay.
Amy Fisher was on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Oh.
She was in college at Santa Barbara.
Oh.
The family, we were outraged, Oprah?
Like,
this ain't Jerry Springer. Are you bringing Amy Fisher on? Because she had written a book and she was promoting the book. And we were outraged that we thought classy Oprah
would have a guest like
Which,
that.
by the way, Amy Fisher, for those, she's the girl who shot.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
She was 17 years old at the time.
Okay.
And I was 37 at the time.
Okay.
So what happened was my little big mouth here took matters into her own hands, and she wrote an outrageous email to the Oprah Winfrey
I'm
Show.
appalled Oprah would have a guest like this
is my
on her
mother,
show.
and what are you putting this kid on? She tried to kill my mother. Well, they call her, and of course they say,
do you think your mom would want to come on and rebut what Amy has to say?
Yes.
I'm like, I'll ask her. I don't know.
So she calls me up, Mom, we could be on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Oprah Winfrey wants us on her show.
Oprah wants.
And she goes, I don't want to do. I'm like, Mom, we are getting on fucking Oprah Winfrey.
And
long story short, we didn't want to rebut what Amy Fisher
I
had
didn't
to
want
say,
to have
but
to address.
I kind of gave them my mom's turning 50 and she's very self-conscious right now because of all the injuries that she's doing. Half of her face works, half of it doesn't.
Yeah, I was paralyzed. I lost my hearing, and I've got all kinds of issues.
Want to give her a life lift, and so basically they love that idea, and they wound up connecting with an awesome doctor, Dr. Azizadeh, and giving her a whole new. I mean, you got everything done. Not only just to help your injuries, but you got your tits done. You got
blessed.
lipo.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had a facelift, my eyes, all kinds of stuff. Because Dr. Babak Azizadeh is in Beverly Hills. Girls, write that down because you're going to need this someday.
So what was she like?
Here's the funny thing: the first time I was with you. That first time, And I had done a gazillion TV shows. I really was fine with it. And to me, she was a nice lady. She was very nice. I was very calm. I was very nice. Maybe because I was 10 years into this journey, 16 years maybe into this journey. It's been 23 years. So I'd met a lot of famous people. And it was like, okay, she's just a lady. And it was fun. And I enjoyed the audience because women, us women, everybody was very, nice. And I do remember, like, we did a segment with me, blah, 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 and they said, okay, in the next one, we're going to bring her daughter out and all this. And you were about 19, I think, at the time.
I think, yeah, around 19 or 20.
And the one thing I remember is when you came out, and you were so adorable, and you sat there, and I was watching her hand.
Oh. Girl, well, you don't meet Oprah before you go there. You just sit on the couch, and then Oprah Winfrey is in your face. I'm sweating in my armpits. I have 15 fucking paper towels under each armpit. Picked a horrible outfit. I don't even know what I was wearing. And as much as I've been on stage and performed, like, I couldn't contain the shakes.
Wait, so Oprah didn't like walk into the green room?
No.
And go like, hey girl, here's some Funyuns.
No.
Afterwards.
Oh, okay.
But not
they do
before.
it before because they don't want, like this, they don't want you to have any bad banter. They just want you to do it. But afterwards, she comes back and she takes pictures with you, and she was very, very nice. And
Wow.
I called her girl.
Did she like that?
And
she did, and I made her laugh too.
You made her laugh, and she repeated what you said. It was something about she asked you about Amy,
and I go, well, the mall's open, but no one's shopping.
And Oprah goes like this: the mall is open and no one's shopping.
And it was right after the mall. She made the mall stay open late for her. Remember that story? Back in the day. So
I mean,
like
she loved it.
She loved it.
And I was like,
oh my God.
She was very nice.
Now, Mom.
But she was very gracious.
Now, Mom, tell us about when you met Oprah.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay, Mom never met Oprah. You did have Andy Cohen tweet you. That's exciting.
That was huge. Oh, and Larry King.
Oh,
Wait, you met him?
No, but he mentioned me in a Twitter about your interview, and I was
Really?
freaked out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
King,
Well,
though.
one day, who's the one person you want to meet, Mom?
Oh my gosh.
She's sitting next to her.
Yeah,
that's done already. Next.
I don't know that we can top this.
Oh,
All right,
yes, you
good.
can.
Okay, I'll stop trying. All right, now we have a little game.
Wait a
prepared.
second. I need to know what you were like as a child.
Literally the same. same as you.
Teresa, give me some good juice. Juicy
No.
stuff.
Oh my gosh. I'm a crier, and good grief, I don't want to start crying. But he was young when the divorce happened, and yeah, he was kind of like my little rock, because I worked a lot, and oh my gosh, Shane, remember when I feel so bad? I mean, I had to like drop the kids off like in my old neighborhood, and they'd play all day, and then I'd work all day, and then I'd pick them up.
Yeah.
They were like little orphans.
Yeah.
Wants to say?
I literally had the life of Annie,
It's like,
but I
It's
had
so
no
hard,
talent.
isn't it? And you want to make it okay for them, and the turmoil that we go through, you want to make it okay for
well,
them. But
I think what I was trying to do at the time was keep
them there in their routine.
keep them in the neighborhood they
Right.
were familiar with. But I mean, I look back and I'm like, what kind of mother was I that I
Dump them.
I'm dropping you off on Carfax, and I'll
Right.
see you in 7 or 8 hours.
But you know what? It was different back then, because even then, like, I would ride my bike around the neighborhood, for hours. It wasn't like you're gonna stranger danger.
No.
It wasn't like.
And let's
kids
keep it
with
real.
these
Nobody
days.
wanted to molest me.
Right?
I was not the
I used to be
the
scared
catch.
though. I used to have a Post-it note in my pocket that had like check marks of like hair color, eye color, height. So if I ever did get kidnapped, I would somehow miraculously be able to fill this card out and throw it out the window. I swear.
Wow, that's a good app idea.
All right,
You should
help
make
me.
that. Call it Stranger Danger.
Stranger danger.
Oh my God, make us money.
That's it.
All right, let's play this game.
All right.
Oh,
well,
boy,
I wanna
Teresa,
play
we're
the-
done. This is it.
mommies, what we have is a little Mother's Day Mad Lib
Wait,
happening.
before we get to that, what was that other game?
Oh, that's my baby.
I
You
want
wanna play
start
That's
with
My
that.
Baby?
Let's play That's My
All
Baby.
right, Mom. So basically, we have a series of facts that are both one, Shane gave me a few, and I have a few facts too. So I'm going to read them out loud. And if you think it's your baby, you say, "That's my baby."
Okay.
So is this a shouting game, or is this something where like they both they both have an
do we
opportunity?
hit the buzzer?
I think like once the question's over, you just shout it out. You might, I mean, Shane and I have a lot of common things as well, and you might think
We
it's
might have to
us, but
think
if you
about
think
this.
it's us, you shout it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
All right. Here
Sounds
we go.
good.
Let's start.
All right, first one. This baby peed the bed until 13 years old.
That's my baby.
Oh!
Yeah.
Woo! Teresa gets 5 points.
Can we just talk about, okay, I peed the bed every single night, and then I got really used to the routine of like, all right, I'd wake up, strip the bed, put the towel down, put the sheets in the wash. Like, we had it down to a science.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I try to climb in bed with you, and you'd be like, no.
Yeah.
You're covered in pee.
Yeah, right. Like,
No.
You're 13. Go take a shower.
You know what else I used to do that I don't think my mom used to know? I used to go into your guys' bedroom and just pee in your closet.
What?
When you were at work. Just pee in your closet. It was like a weird, like, fetish thing.
Blame it on the dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I was
just
wondering,
pee.
like, no, I know that's that moldy smell.
Yeah. Why do my shoes smell like piss? All right. Question number 2. This baby had an irrational fear of dogs.
That's my baby.
That's right. You get
What?
5 points.
Why were you afraid of dogs?
You know what? I was knocked down by
Yeah.
one as like a 2-year-old and just
One of
ever
my
since
girlfriends,
then-
you know, we were over in their toddlers who play dating the moms, and they had a Labrador, and the dog was and jumped on her and knocked her down, and it scared her, and
Like-
she like flipped to the point where we couldn't go to her aunt's house because her aunt had dogs.
I'd be
and
like, ah! Like I had to be in someone's arms and picked up. And then my fucking Uncle Kenny, he puts me in a room. He's like, you're going to get over this fucking dog thing. And he throws me and locks me in the room. I'm like, let me out. And like, they're the nicest dogs. They're not going to kill anybody. But I was freaking. But then I was like, I'm still hesitant towards dogs now. But thank you, Uncle Kenny, for almost killing me at 7. All right, next question. This baby lost their virginity at 24 years old.
That's my baby.
That's my baby too.
That's it. Both of us.
I don't have an age.
What?
I've never said it.
What? Really?
No.
Well, the world knows
Well,
now.
your mother seems to know.
Yeah.
I know. Wait, 24? No, that's not it.
No? Well,
12.
It was my fact, to be honest. So, but I'm going to give you both bonus points for that.
12, and it was my mom.
Hey-o. All right, next one. Well, this is going to be a good interlude. This baby had sex with a toothbrush at 12 years old.
Wait, hold on. Before we get to that, who did you have sex with at 24?
Oh, just some guy after college that I finally was like, I just need to lose my virginity.
Wow.
And it needs to be like a boyfriend because I've held out so long. He's a very sweet boy.
Oh, okay.
Just shoot him up
You didn't
and
like
spit him
sell
out.
it?
No, sell it?
Well, I feel like because your whole thing is that you're not into sex, right? You just get it over with.
Yeah, I just felt like it was something I just like needed to experience and like not make such a big deal. Like I was always afraid that I was gonna have sex with somebody and they were gonna record it or take a picture of it and sell it to the Inquirer. And then best friend Randy was like, "Girl, ain't no one taking your picture." And I was like, "All right, let's get some dick."
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I love that. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So next, wait, did you answer?
Toothbrush.
This baby had sex with a toothbrush at 12 years old.
Shane.
I,
I'm like, Shane?
Yeah, that's your baby.
Yeah, it was,
I told you I worked a lot.
no, that was after I watched some weird Dr. I think I've said this on the podcast. Some Dr. Sue. I don't know. She like talked about sex at night. It's this old lady.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember
then
her.
she said that boy should
better
put.
a toothbrush than a bat. You know?
Oh, okay.
Started small.
Whoa.
Whoa.
A bat.
Woo, you've been talking to Farrah
A
Abraham.
squash. No, she said boys, not just gay boys, but all boys should put something up there and like there's a spot. And I started to put a toothbrush up there and I started screaming and took it out and I was convinced that I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Ouch.
Remember putting the thermometers in your money?
Oh, I remember that being like, you're like, all right, Tushy's up, and I just sit there and like Vaseline thermometer in the ass.
You open, spread that little cheek.
Mom used to put pills in my butt. What was that?
Oh, that was enemas, right?
Or if the medication, honey,
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
a
Suppository.
suppository.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of. honey.
Interesting. That was a
Yeah,
lot.
it was, sometimes that was necessary back in those days.
Yeah.
That might be a spoiler for one of our upcoming questions.
Hey, girl. All right, this baby would hold in their poop and leave skid marks in their undies.
That is my baby.
And Shane too.
Oh, it's a control issue. You guys fucked us up, and that was the only thing we can control. Thank you. Do you know what this bitch did to me, though?
What?
She gave me a piece of chocolate, told me it was chocolate. No, that shit was X-Lax, and I done shit my pants on the monkey bars. And I come inside, I'm like, Mom, I went to fart and I shit my pants. She's like, I know, it's gonna come out.
Oh,
And I was like, well, can you clean my underwear? She's like, you clean it. Like, she was so over it.
She was way old enough
It's
to go to
hard.
the bathroom, and I was like over it. It's like because she
hard.
just didn't want to stop playing or whatever. I was like,
know.
that's enough now.
the biggest
You
one.
can't hold it in. It
X-Lax
comes out.
me.
The biggest one I held in and let out. It was the size of a football, and I literally had to like chop it up with a knife to get it down the toilet.
Oh, Hey-yo, hey-yo.
And the moms are throwing up.
Yep. Poop knives.
Next one.
Next question. You both get points for that. All right.
Thank you.
I don't even know what the point system is. I'm just making it up as I go. Let's see. This next baby used to try on their mom's clothes when she was at work.
That would be Bruce Jenner.
Oh! Everybody gets points for that.
And?
It was definitely Shane.
Well,
yeah.
do the math. I mean,
Well,
if she's trying on my shit, that's okay.
I have to say one morning I was getting ready for work and I was looking for my red Jones New York suit and I couldn't find it. And I mean, I knew he did stuff on the video, but I kind of wasn't aware of really. That was at the beginning, like what he was doing, and I was working so much, and I was like, "How could I have lost a suit?" And then I come home from
Good
work.
choice, Shane.
I
Red
come
Jones,
home,
New York.
Yeah, Red Jones, New York.
Sassy.
And I come home from work, and he's like, "Mom, I made this video. Can I show it to you?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And it was a Sarah Palin video, and there was my Jones red suit.
Yeah.
And there you go.
And
That's it.
I look good in it.
That's
He
right.
looked better than I did.
And I see Sarah Palin in the red suit. I mean, you picked
There
the right
you go.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Mom. All right, this next baby took a ski lift up to the top of a mountain alone at age 5.
That's my baby.
Wow.
Why would you do that?
I wanted to go skiing, and everyone was taking too long, so I just went in line, and I got up on the ski lift by myself, and I couldn't reach the thing, and I just held on real tight, and I
Oh
said,
my
I'm gonna
God.
do this, and then I got up to the top of the
And
mountain.
I couldn't find her. And it wasn't like, Mount Olympus. I mean, it was a bunny thing, and I couldn't find her. And I'm like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden, I see this sopping wet kid on these skis going,
Well, you see what
she
had
fell
happened.
the whole way down.
Well, what happened was I was good at skiing, but the sign said easiest trail this way, and it was the moguls, the bumpy one apparently that I went down. I just remember going every time and be like, people would be like, "Are you okay, little girl?" I'm like, "I'm fine." And just like no gloves. I wasn't wearing any gloves. It was freezing cold. I was soaking wet. That big mistake. And then my brother split his head open.
Yeah.
Oh
After
my
that,
goodness.
she's running up the hill in ski boots, trying to save him.
Oh, okay, grand finale.
But
Give us
I'm brave. Okay, so this baby used to poop in the shower and squish it down the drain with their toes.
Well, Mary Jo's looking at me like it wasn't me, honey. So,
Are you going to tell me that was you?
Oh, girl, no way.
Oh, okay.
like I said, I worked a lot.
Yeah, well, sometimes when I couldn't hold it in any longer, it would come out
Well, at
in
least
the
you had
shower.
the decency to get it down the
Yeah,
drain.
and I was like, how do I get it down the drain? So I had to squish it with my toes until it would all gone.
Do we really need to know this?
Just pick it up, throw it in the toilet.
Oh, the smell,
idea was this
though.
game?
The smell of the hot. Oh, it's
Ugh,
bad.
no thanks.
Well, that was a good game. I feel like we know a lot more about each other, and so does the world. Let's do a
Amen.
really quick game of Mother's Day Mad Libs.
Mother's Day Mad Lib. It's a collab
boy.
lib.
Okay. Ooh, I love that.
I know.
it's a what?
All right, collab lib. Because we're both going to work on it. You two are just going to take turns giving us things like plural nouns. You know how to Mad Lib works,
And
right?
make it interesting.
Yes, don't.
Who's
Don't
got?
be a
Were we
pussy
doing
about it.
either or, like 1, 2,
Well,
1,
let's see.
2?
Live your life. Do whatever you
No,
got to do.
well, you
Yeah,
got-
you start, and then you'll
Okay,
go next.
left,
and
right,
then
left,
you'll go
okay.
back. All right, Mom. I need a plural noun, which is like multiple person, place, or thing.
Horses.
Ooh.
Interesting choice.
Okay. All right, Big T. I need a plural noun.
Let me. Boobs.
Ooh. All right. Teresa's going there, though. All right. And another plural noun, MJ. And it better not be
I
horses.
didn't know I'd have to work
Get
this
risky.
hard.
Get risky.
Yeah, something gross.
Drums.
What?
It's not gross.
Drums.
She just saw one in the room. Girl, we're going to have you start thinking out of the box. So Teresa's just going to
Well, you can tell I'm Shane's mom.
Right? All right. I need a verb, which is like an action.
Oh, choking.
Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. Mom, take notes, man. Get up. Come on, MJ. All right. I need a noun, person, place, or thing.
Las Vegas.
Okay.
Ooh, I like where the
Yeah.
story's
All right,
headed.
we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. T, I need a noun, person, place, or thing.
Farrah Abraham.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that. That is where she is.
All right. Okay, MJ, I need a past tense verb.
Huh?
What does that mean?
Past tense verb, like farted or sang
past
or
tense.
something that happened already.
Mm-hmm.
Shopped.
MJ.
Well, I'm not going to say farted.
I'm saying, nope, you just did. I'm writing farted.
Oh,
Sorry, you said it. All right.
I think we got it.
no,
All
just I
right.
said shop.
So, basically, here we go. Are you guys ready?
So what is this, a poem?
Wait, one more. We're going to cut that verse out. It's a poem.
Okay.
I just need a little bit more. An adjective.
What is that?
Description.
Thank you, Shane.
Hot.
I got you.
Yes. And then a past tense verb again. Either one of you can. Yeah.
Swam.
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. Great. All right, Shane. We're going to take turns reading
Okay.
verses.
Okay,
Cole,
here we
you
go.
want to start or you want me to start?
You can start.
To our moms on Mother's Day.
Oh, I love that.
You filled our days with horses, boobs, and sweet drums.
Ooh, I love sweet drums. A kiss to choking away our tears, and Las Vegas to ease our fears. I don't think that's how that works.
You gave the gift of Farrah Abraham to us.
Oh, fuck.
And then in love, you farted us free.
Oh, that's beautiful. With your hot love, oh, God. You swam us away. We love you, Mom.
Oh, we love you, Mom.
What does that mean with your
With your
hot love?
you
Swam us away. Oh, is that like when you gave birth?
Not gave.
When you gave birth, don't we come out with a bunch of liquid?
Ugh.
Right?
That's called the placenta.
Yeah, like the baby comes out. This is what they don't talk about in school. The baby comes out, but then they got to pull out something bigger than the baby.
Yes.
Like the sack that
Yeah,
was in,
the
and it was
giblets.
growing.
Yeah.
Teresa, why you look like what? What?
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Wait,
I worked a lot.
yeah. Wait, didn't I poop in that thing and almost kill you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's the mechanum.
Yeah.
There's a word for it. What-
Yeah, he did. And there was all
like
these
septic and stuff?
people around and
that
doctors.
is-
and
that's
it was,
bad. I mean,
it
look
was
at these-
bad.
Maybe that's why I held my pooping, because I'm like, if I
don't
poop,
wanna-
I'll kill my mom.
I don't want to ever do that again. That's what it is.
But now I love pooping. Oh, and I love killing my mom.
Oh, one poop at a time.
Well, there you guys go. That's our Mother's Day edition. Thank you guys for coming. Sorry
Thank
for
you for
scarring
having
you.
us.
Yes.
Thank
and
you for
happy
having us.
Mother's Day, you two. Thank you
Wait.
for pushing us out.
Thank you.
It's
Do you
my
guys have
pleasure.
Twitters? Do you have a Twitter? How do you not have a
goes,
Twitter?
"No."
You sell books and stuff, right? You gotta
Mary-
get on Twitter.
No.
You got a
Jessica,
website.
Shane started a Twitter for me. You need to get Mom a Twitter.
Yeah, and a Tinder.
No.
I don't. I
and
don't
a
Twitter,
Tinder.
tweet. I don't.
Facebook sometimes. Instagram
I don't
sometimes.
Facebook. I don't Instagram. I don't do it. Too many people think they know way too much about me. I just like to keep my little life private.
But you do have a website where people
okay.
can write to you and write
That's
you.
true. That's
Oh,
true.
okay.
And that's maryjobuttafuoco.com.
All right, check
like
it out.
that.
Mom, what's your website?
I was working a lot.com.
I worked a lot.
No, wait, what is your Twitter? Just your name?
Do we have a second?
Yeah.
I just have to say, Shane, thinking of that, I went to your, went to the book signing, right, at the Grove, and joking about, I worked a lot. I didn't tell you, Shane, that like an angry mom approached me at the book signing.
What?
Book signing.
Why?
And you hadn't appeared yet. And I was buying some books, and the kids were all around. And then she walked up, and she just kind of started like hollering and yelling at me about Shane.
what?
Honey, I was so shocked and scared, but I should have just said to her, I worked a lot.
That's so true. Was she ugly?
I was
What the
already
heck could she
I was
say?
already nervous.
Was she yelling at you or about him?
Well, what was weird is she had like her daughter with her. So she was like, I brought my daughter here, but I just have to tell you this. And I think I was so shocked
yeah.
that
Little girl holds in her poop.
Yep.
Because that mom is a nightmare.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway,
Oh, that's
hon,
too bad.
but all I can say is I could have
Listen,
just said I worked a lot.
But you know what you
Making
did,
sure.
Mom? You raised a New York Times bestseller.
Yes.
it.
That's what you did. We got two New York Times bestselling authors in the room.
Look at that.
Yes,
Look
we're a part of the
that.
club.
Yeah, if your kids ever want to check it out, I mean, it's on Amazon.
Yes.
It's called Getting It Through My Thick Skull.
Yes, please. You guys should honestly read the book. I see a lot of comments on the podcast about whenever you tell the story about your family and all that. Everybody's so interested. You guys should check out that book because it's an interesting story. Go down a Google hole. You will fall.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to Google you on Oprah tonight.
All right.
I gotta see that.
Do it.
Where is it? Is it on YouTube?
It's on like her website, I think, or something like that. There's some old footage
Yeah, it
somewhere.
should be on
Clips.
my website.
We need to create you know what we should do?
What?
Since our sponsor today was Squarespace, we need to create a website for the podcast and put stuff like that up there. Like,
Okay.
hey guys, if you want to check out you on Oprah,
We
or when we were playing
should.
with Farrah's sex toy. Do you guys want that? Leave us a comment. Do you want us to make a website? Let us know.
We totally should.
All right, you guys. Hope you have fun hanging with us. We have fun hanging with you. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, except for that one bitchy mother that yelled at my mother.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.